In this tale, a household servant takes a job in a tycoon's mansion and slips into an affair with the master's wife. When the husband catches on, everything tilts into shock. What unfolds among the three of them, and who the woman turns to next, doesn't surface until the end. We begin with Will, a wealthy man living in a lavish estate with his wife, Ramona. He's so rich he retains police officers for protection. A new helper is due that day. On the road, the servant, Simu, rides with Officer James and two colleagues. It's Simu's first posting, nerves show on his face. James drives and chats with his partner, while the woman beside Simu, Mona, starts flirting. Hidden from the front seat, Mona slides a hand onto Simu's arm, coaxing him to loosen up. He's too anxious to answer. She smirks, letting her fingers linger, amused by his unease, while the officers up front miss all of it. They reach Will's monumental home. Simu steps out, even more tense. Inside, James hugs Will. Will had asked him to bring a trustworthy helper. A former military man, Will also keeps James as a personal guard. One look at Simu, and Will approves. James vouches for Simu's loyalty and grit. No trouble, no excuses. Pleased, Will calls to Ramona to bring a cash reward. She's young and strikingly beautiful. Simu notices at once. In a festive mood, Will invites James back that night for a party. By evening, music and laughter fill the villa. Couples pair off. Simu, alone, keeps glancing at Ramona. The guests begin a flirty game of hide-and-seek through the halls. Will laughs at first, then nicks himself and flares with anger. He shouts at Ramona and smashes a glass. Frightened, she soothes him with soft words and apologies until he relaxes, and she seduces him. As things heat up, Simu passes the doorway and hears them. Ramona covers herself, startled. Will spots Simu and snaps at him. Outside, Simu still hears Ramona's moans and sinks with sadness. The maid, Sophia, whispers, "Ignore it. They do this nearly every night. Keep your head down, earn, and build your life upstairs. The mood sours." Will drinks too much and vomits on Ramona, then passes out, leaving her furious and disgusted. She comes down and tells Sophia to wash his clothes. She and Simu catch each other's eyes. No words, but everything said. Morning finds Simu cleaning, while Will and Ramona lounge in the sun. Ramona can't stop watching him. Will, glued to his phone, notices nothing. Ramona pretends to read, but keeps drifting towards Simu. He won't look up, focused entirely on work. Sophia brings juice. After finishing, Will announces a shower. Ramona has been waiting for that break. She tries to speak to Simu, but the words stick. In the bath, Sophia arrives with a towel. Will tips her. She understands and steps in. He finds her far more exciting than Ramona. Dressed again, Will leaves for a key meeting, taking James. With him gone, Ramona exhales and pours a drink. Sophia checks if she needs anything. Ramona walks away, a suspicion forming that Sophia's sleeping with her husband. On the terrace, drink in hand, she sees Simu swimming. Her heart races. Feelings she won't name rise anyway. She heads to the pool. Simu scrambles out, flustered. She stops him and asks him to sit. He hesitates, bare-chested and shy. She tells him to relax. Conversation trickles in. "Don't you find me attractive?" she asks. "You're beautiful, ma'am, but I'm just a servant," he stammers. She sighs, confessing she married for money, from a modest family like his. He softens. For the first time, he sees her as a woman, not just his employer. She offers a cigarette. They smoke in quiet, their eyes saying what words won't. Next day, Will returns with a bag of cash and locks it in the closet. Ramona offers breakfast. He declines and asks for Simu. Soon Will and Simu push a boat onto the lake to fish. In the calm center, Will asks why he's so quiet. Simu admits he never knew his father and lost his mother months ago. He wants to save and study. Will's tone gentles. Work honestly, and I'll sponsor your education. Surprised, Simu glimpses a kinder Will. He says he wants a family someday. Will nods. Work hard, and I'll help. Back home, exhausted, Will lets Simu massage his legs. Ramona sits nearby, glances cross like sparks. Will's phone rings, silencing them both. Later, Ramona returns from the market with James. While she chats with Will, who's being tended by Simu, she brushes Simu's hand, sending a clear signal. That night, Simu finds a wrapped gift on his bed from Ramona. It's his birthday, which he'd mentioned. Touched, he smiles and drifts to sleep. At coffee in the garden, Ramona subtly asks with her eyes if he liked the gift. He nods shyly. Sophia notices the exchange, suspicion rising. Later, Ramona naps and dreams of Simu entering her room. They make love until his face morphs into Will's. She wakes with a scream. Going downstairs, she freezes. Will flirts openly with Sophia at the table. Devastated, she says nothing. Sophia slips away, ashamed. Ramona staggers to the lake in tears. Simu finds her and offers a handkerchief embroidered with her name. A tiny smile appears. He asks what's wrong. She can't say. He shares his struggles instead, how he keeps moving forward. She leans into him. For the first time, they both find comfort in each other's arms. That night, Will hosts another blowout. Friends arrive with their girlfriends. Will gets loud and reckless, cheering them to fool around on the spot. The party turns wild. He orders Ramona to join. She refuses. He shoves her in front of everyone. Simu burns inside but retreats to his room, guilt and rage knotted tight. Sophia enters. Will wants you. Simu goes. Will sits drunk, a gun in hand. Tell me the truth. Do you play with my wife when I'm gone? Simu freezes. He came to work. He needs the money, and he knows Will is trying to degrade Ramona. He stays silent, head bowed. Will storms off and, in front of Simu, forces himself on Ramona, teaching her a lesson for refusing him earlier. Finished, he leaves without a word. Ramona weeps. Simu stands stricken, then kneels beside her and cries. At the gate next morning, Will hands Simu money, pretending generosity, testing loyalty. Simu stays humble. That evening, Ramona meets Simu by the lakeshore, splashing him playfully until teasing turns to heat. Under the hush of water and wind, they finally give in and make love. His first true love, her first real joy in ages. When Will is away, they meet in secret. Sophia figures it out and keeps quiet. She cares for Ramona and wants her happy. Later, Simu whispers, "Let's run. I've saved enough. We can start over." Ramona shakes her head. "If I leave, Will hunt us down." You don't know what he is. Fear anchors her. She knows him best. Days later, they're together when Will returns early. Sophia sees his car and races to warn them, locks the main door to buy seconds. Ramona dashes to the shower. Simu slips out a back window just before Will barges in. He storms the rooms, finds Sophia first, then throws open the bathroom door. Ramona under the spray, acting casual. His anger cools. He moves toward her. Outside, Simu slips away. James notices but says nothing. That night, Simu sits outside, sadness heavy. Sophia joins him. He offers a cigarette. After a long silence, he asks why she stays here. "My daughter is very ill. Treatment is expensive. I need this job," she says, eyes hard with truth. He already knows Will has used her too. When you're desperate, she adds, you do things you hate. A few days later, Will throws yet another party. The same friends, the same indulgence. James sits alone. They mock him, but he stays still. Everyone's drunk. Will's friends propose a new game. Will bristles. Ramona would never agree, but they press. He tells her to compete against James, humiliating her. James refuses. Ramona, enraged, slaps Will in front of all. Drunk and shamed, he hits her back. Simu lunges, but Will's friends seize him. Will orders James to bring Simu for payback, then vomits instead. Chaos fills the room. He snarls that he never wants to see Simu again. Simu pleads with James for mercy. James sighs and tells him to flee and never return. At dawn, Will apologizes to Ramona. Distrust consumes him. He even fires Sophia. As Sophia leaves, she and Ramona trade a silent, aching goodbye. Sophia still lacks the money for her daughter's care. She later meets Simu one last time. She doesn't know what comes next. Before parting, she gives him a parcel from Ramona, some cash and a key. That night, Simu uses the key to slip into the mansion. He overhears Will and Ramona. He grips a knife. He moves to strike, but Will sees him and wrestles back. Before Will can overpower Simu, Ramona stabs Will again and again, finally freeing herself. They gather the cash and prepare to run. Simu looks shattered, unsure they've done the right thing. Ramona holds him. We'll start over, far from here. And they escape by boat. At first light they land, and find Officer James waiting. Simu recoils. Ramona walks calmly to James, leaving Simu behind. The truth lands like a blow. She and James planned it all. From the start, Will's death and his property were the goal. James sparing Simu before was part of the trap. With the cards on the table, Ramona tells the dying Simu she did it for money. After Will, everything would be hers. In time, the entire estate transfers to her. Sophia fades back into her own life. Ramona returns to daily routines, now chauffeured by one of James's men. In the final image, Ramona remembers Simu and breaks. Regret swallows her. Clutching his handkerchief, she weeps. And that's where the story ends.